We are back in Portland, Maine. Bayside Bowl, the best atmosphere in bowling, bar none. It's ready to rock, as always, for day 2 of the 2023 PBA League Alliance Cup, presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Tonight, it's the quarterfinals. Welcome to quarterfinal Monday here in Portland, Maine. Ready for great Baker bowling action. The New York City Kingpins take on the Snickers Waco Wonders. Then the Las Vegas High Rollers match up with the Silver Lake Adams Splitters. It's race to 2 bowling. The winners move on to tomorrow night's semifinals. And with that, we welcome you to Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. The fans, they love Randy. Who doesn't? We all do.
Portland.
It's Dave right alongside the Hall of Famer Randy Pedersen, joined by Kimberly Pressler in a moment. What's better than this? What an atmosphere.
Great.
We started this great event with 10 teams. We're down to 6 now. Quarterfinals here tonight, Randy. The story of last night, though, Ryan Simonelli.
It sure was, and this was personal. I mean, a reckoning. Ryan Simonelli was out for revenge last night, and boy, did he deliver. You know, he's tired of getting overlooked in this event. He's tired of falling into that draft portal. He told everybody, including the reporters, post-game, he's pissed off. So what did he do? He gets up in game 1, doubles to shut out the Milwaukee Pounders, his old team, like nothing better than to shove it down their pile. And then game 2, he strikes out, forces DJ Tackett to do the same thing, and it didn't happen. He sends Motown packing. Great supporting cast with Parker Bone III and BJ Moore, but Ryan Simonelli last night was on a mission.
He was amazing, and we saw him in practice today, equally focused and ready for more great bowling action. We've got plenty of great bowling coming your way on FS1 tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday, leading up to the championship, the Elias Cup. We'll see if Portland can win 4 in a row. Now, let's meet the bowlers for tonight. The Las Vegas High Rollers nearly brought home the Elias Cup in its first year of existence as an expansion team, falling just short of the 2020 finals against Portland. This year, 3-time major champ Francois Lavoie and former player of the year Andrew Anderson lead a team that's unchanged from last year.
Please welcome the Las Vegas High Rollers. Leading off, Francois Lavoie. Bowling second, Ildemaro Ruiz Jr. The man in the middle, Matt Russo. Bowling 4-9, A.J. Johnson. The anchor, Andrew Anderson. The Las Vegas High Rollers are managed by PBA Hall of Famer Amleto Monicelli. Now let's meet the Silver Lake Adams Splitters.
They are 3-time PBA League champions, the Silver Lake Adams Splitters.
Oh, baby, come on!
But it's been 5 years since the Splitters have captured the Elias Cup. Now in 2023, they're back to try for a 4th championship with a Power Pack team full of talent. Led by major winners Tom Doherty, Chris Fye, and Jesper Svensson.
And leading off for the Adams Splitters, Richie Teese. Bowling second, Sanctu Havanainen. The man in the middle, Chris Spy. Bowling 4 and 9, Tom Doherty. The anchor, Jesper Svensson. The manager of the Silver Lake Atom Splitters, the Wizard of Yorba Linda, Mark Baker.
Now let's go to Kimberly Pressler.
So, Mark, you've got 3 two-handed bowlers on your team, plus Tom Doherty, who doesn't use a thumb. So you technically only have 1 traditional athlete, and that is a whole lot of power. How do you turn that into an advantage for you?
Well, obviously our guys are going to see the a little different. The two-handed thing, I coach for a living, a lot of two-handers. I love it when they strike. We're pretty exciting. Let's go get them.
Good luck to your team today. And Leto, you are actually the only manager in PBA League history who was able to keep the exact same team from the previous season. Why was that so important for you to make that happen?
Well, it is important because the first time I chose this team, I wanted to make sure that they know each other. And I was really hoping that I can get the same team. So the more we know each other, we know the weaknesses, the strength, and we can get any better.
Yep, and communication is key. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Kimberly, thanks so much. Great managers, great action on the way here. Lineups for Vegas. Francois Lavoie, Romano Ruiz, Russo, recent PBA champ, AJ, and Andrew Anderson as well. For the Atom Splitters, Richie Teese from Great Britain, Santtu Tahavainen from Finland, Chris Vai, former major champ, Tom Doherty of Tampa, great champion himself, as is Jesper Svensson, the two-handed power lefty. And here we go from Portland, Maine. A legend at Wichita State. A legend on the lanes. Frankie Lavoie gets us started. Baker bowling, race to 2. Quarterfinals underway from Portland. High shot, almost a big 4. 6, 7 up. Elias Cup playoffs. Race to 2s we talked about. First game, you get a point. Game 2 earns a point. Then have a roll off to win the match if we are tied 1-1. Could be some scintillating finishes here tonight. Tough split here for Lavoie. 4-7 yes, 6 no.
And remember, the theme last night was the left lane versus the right lane. The right lane got tricky. Las Vegas has choice of starting lanes, so they choose to bowl game 1 on that left lane. They're going to finish on the right lane. We'll see how that plays out.
From Great Britain, here's Richie Teese. Early open for the high rollers. See if Richie and company can take advantage. That's the same result, but the 6-7 up split.
How about almost the exact same result, except the 4-pin goes, which now makes this very makeable, albeit very difficult. Both players going high. 4, 6, 7 standing, 4 goes late. Interesting start.
Very interesting. Richie, tough split. 7 stands open, so back-to-back opens. Atom Splitters and the high rollers exchange the favor. Lamar Ruiz steps up, a veteran of the Elias Cup action from Barquisimeto, Venezuela originally.
You know who else is originally from there?
Mr. Amleto Moncelli.
Amleto Moncelli.
Guillermo liked it. 4-pin for him, single pin spare conversion coming up.
Right now he's telling his other right-handers, hey guys, you might want to move in just a little bit as he goes to a spare ball. But opening shots for both Las Vegas players both go high.
for pin. No worries there. Okay, we've got a mark. We're off and running here with our first pair.
That's better.
That's a lot better. Speaking of Amuleto, can he look any better into his 60s now?
You know, I saw Amuleto earlier
Remarkable.
today in our meetings, and I went to give him, you know, that brother slap in the stomach, and I almost broke my hand. That dude's like 64 years old, and he is absolutely ripped.
From Finland, Santtu to Hamanainen. Come on, 10-pin.
No!
Wiggles and somehow defies the laws of physics and remains standing.
Filthy animal. How about that hair? That's salad.
It's a good salad.
That is a good head of lettuce he's got going on there.
Good
Santtu.
flow. What a great young man. We met him last year at this event. PBA Rookie of the Year. Got his 10-pin. We've got back-to-back spares here in game one. Race to 2. Atom Splitters, High Rollers head-to-head. Speaking of Rookies of the Year, Russo did that himself. Now, a collegiate coach as well. And a lefty, which is a big factor here at the Elias Cup. Two-hander. Okay, got a strike.
Interesting. Way to call that. You know, lefty's big factor. First strike thrown by a lefty.
Good to be back, Randy.
And it's good to see Matt Russo back here as well. He loves this environment. I mean, who doesn't?
Here's 5. Power two-hander, stoic superstar. From Columbus, Ohio.
Hates it. Oh, man.
That's high. 3, 6, 7. Tough split again here.
3-6-7. 3-6-7. He's going to try to cut the 3-pin into that 7-pin, and the ball will take out the 6.
Challenging split. Doesn't get it. 3-7 stand. Another open frame. That's been emblematic of the early action here. Quarterfinal Monday at the Elias Cup. AJ Johnson out of Chicago area. Congrats to AJ for winning this year at the Lucky Larson in Sweden, his first career victory, and also learned he was going to be a dad the same week. His girlfriend expecting a baby boy. What a period of time for this young man. AJ's first delivery in the quarters. Okay.
That's how you like to draw it up. Take advantage of the open frame. Tried to get that circle right there. Take advantage of the open frame by the other team and double up. Now
we were watching that nice kiss with girlfriend Allen.
Let's see if Tom Doherty can right the ship for the Atom Splitters.
Tampa Tom steps up right lane. All right.
No time to panic, says Tom Doherty. Come on, guys, we've got plenty of time.
I like the format with the race of 2, though, Randy. If you do get off to a rough start, a lot of discussion on our meetings today with the bowlers about left lane versus right lane, which would be better, easier, where you want to finish, start, as you talked about. We'll get experience on each here. Game 1, game 2, we'll flop it. Flip it. Here's double A, Andrew Anderson, former major champ. That looked off the mark. A light hit and the 1-2 stand.
Yeah, and you can see right here, those numbers, that ball gets way too far to the right. It's not going to get back from there. And not what you want to do, especially when you're the anchor bowler. I mean, all that pressure's on you, but you want that. You want the ball in the 4th quarter. You want to be that anchor player, and you want to come through for your team, especially when your team is doubled up.
Andrew was one of this building before. Strike Derby a couple years ago. He's fantastic.
He's really good at the strike derby, by the way. I'm not sure there's anybody better than him.
Yeah. Great athlete.
Now this guy.
2 minutes. Speaking of amazing athletes, power, two-handed lefty from Sweden. Future Hall of Famer Jesper Svensson.
The Iceman coming.
The Iceman is here. Here we go.
Yeah, just like that, it's down to a 13-pin deficit because of Doherty and the Iceman. The Atom Splitters right back in this after 2 opens in the first 3 frames. Lots more bowling to come here from Portland, Maine. Stay with us.
The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Want to move fast with same-day mortgage? You can go from application to approval in as fast as 1 day. Get you closing on the home of your dreams in just 10 days. Learn more at rate.com. Oh, does that look good? Oh, some of the best lobster in the world. We might have had some last night, some great lobster rolls.
I saw you stuffing your face last night with plenty of lobster.
Some lobster bisque, mister. Fantastic. Let's take a look at tonight's Brunswick oil pattern. The Mark Roth 42, Randy.
Yeah, the players are going to play in and feed it to that track. The more hook, the more power, the deeper the players are going to be. The tricky part is the oil transitioning. Players have to stay on top of that, especially on the right lane.
Resuming game 1, race to 2, quarterfinals. Early opens have been a big story here. Vegas, a 13-pin lead. Reminder of the format here tonight, quarterfinals, race to 2. If we're tied 1 each, we'll have a roll-off. Each team will experience each lane. Lavoie strikes.
Beautiful shot there by Francois Lavoie, the international man of mystery. He's got some of the best touch of any player on the PBA Tour.
Speaking of international stars, Richie Teese. Long career win, 2017 Shark Championship. Right lane here, Atom Splitters. That looked off the mark from the beginning, and it's a very tough conversion. 2, 4, 8, 10 split.
All right, run down. 2 for 8, 10 is makeable, but you have to attack it a certain way. You got to throw a hook at it or a curve and get that ball just to clip enough of the 2-pin.
Try to avoid another open and cannot. 8-10 stand. Open frame. Trouble for the Atom Splitters here on the right lane in game 1. Lead balloons to 31 pins for Vegas. The Wild can make it 41 with a strike here. Lots of open frames. Ruiz. That's high, 6-10.
Yeah, they're struggling a lot more than I thought they would, especially on that left lane. 3 strikes and 7 shots for the high rollers. You know, this pattern's not that hard, but the problem is the time in between shots for each player, right? They got to wait a long time. They're used to a certain rhythm that's much faster than this.
.610 conversion. Marks are critical, especially when you have a big lead. Santu to Havanainen. Last year you met him, we met him when we flew in to Portland, Maine. He was hanging out at the airport, wasn't he?
I picked him up, gave him a ride back to the hotel. He ended up staying with me the whole week. We shared a hotel room. He's awesome.
All of his planned roommates were really late with delayed flights. He wasn't sure who was coming in. His phone didn't work. He's from Finland. He was just going to hang out at the airport long term. And Randy took him in. It was really nice of you last year.
What a great kid.
Great kid.
And what a really nice shot he just ripped right here. Look at that 10-pin. 10-pin gets sent to the blue tent.
He told us pre-show there's a strike among airline workers in Finland. His luggage never got here. He has no luggage. Still.
Not again.
Santu and travels, man. It's crazy. Back to Russo. Super southpaw. 7-pin. Oh, the scout across the deck somehow didn't get to it.
Unlucky. but still maintaining a 30-pin lead if Russo spares here. Pretty good shot here by Matt. Just a little late getting into the 1-2 pocket. Crowd shouting, "Clean your plate." I think that means make your spare.
Make your spare. Finish it up. Get your mark.
All right.
Does just that. Clean his plate. 6-time member Team USA. Matt Russo. Race the 2 here as we check out Chris Pye. You've seen him, you and I, throw a 300 game on TV.
Had a really nice last couple of years as Chris Pye. The quiet assassin, just kind of goes about his business.
Does all his talking like that. A strike for the Atom Splitters.
Almost 20 miles an hour, over 500 RPMs, and a nice break here, rolling the 2-pin forward for Chris Pye.
It is a race to 2. So a chance for the loser of game 1 in game 2. If it's tied, we'll have a roll-off. A.J. Johnson finally got that first win. Man, he came over and said hi to us today. It would have been a long wait. He'd been so close, on the verge, many times on TV. About that first title. Looking good here. Got some energy.
You like that? Wait, hey, Kirk Cousins? Wait a minute. You like that? Yes, they like that.
High school quarterback. He was recruited by some D1 schools to play QB college football. Always has the energy.
It's a big shot there, too, because he sets up the 10th frame, sets the table for Andrew Anderson to where no matter what the Splitters do, they can't be shut out.
With the unique delivery, Tampa Tom.
That right lane's already getting slick down lane, and you can see the last couple of shots really laboring to get around the corner. That 6th frame for Richie Teese. Santu obviously gets it around the corner because of that big hand of his, and then Chris Pye trips the 2-pin. That's how they made that double 7th and 8th. Right there, that shot by Doherty really labored, and he misses the 2-8. Because again, no down lane hook.
All right, we're going to the good lane now.
Tough break, another open.
Game's over.
Andrew Anderson and company cruising here in game 1.
It's over.
Halfway home to a victory. Trip 10-pin. And the High Rollers. We had a nice chat with Andrew pre-show. He was very focused and determined to win a championship this year. They've wrapped up game 1 of the race to 2. Big Michigan fan, excited for Jim Harbaugh's return. The Wolverines won again. They're top 5 in AP. Top 25 poll. They look good in college football. Anderson looking good in the lanes.
Well, A.J. Johnson set it up perfectly for Andrew Anderson, and then Andrew gets up and does what he likes to do best, and that's strike. Easy win. Game 1 goes to the High Rollers. Now, what happens when they move to that right lane? How long does it take them to figure it out? We'll have to wait and see.
Good job, good job.
This guy, win or lose, is so fun to watch. Jesper Svensson.
Absolute rock star bowling. Amazing talent. The lefty double wood there. 49.
You know, Jesper's using urethane like he normally does. I wonder if that urethane ball going down the right lane is going to influence Matt Russo in any way. Matt Russo is using reactive resin. You know what urethane does to the oil pattern? It dries up the front, pulls oil down towards the pins. I wonder if there's there's enough shots thrown by Jesper to affect Matt Russo in game 2.
Great question. We're about to find out when the team switch lanes.
That one was going to come
High
back.
Rollers have wrapped up game 1 in the race to 2. Quarterfinal Monday here in Portland, Maine at the PBA League Elias Cup. Everyone aiming for the 3-time defending champion Portland Lumberjacks.
Don't even worry about what they did over here. We stick to what we talked about, and we go after it, all right? Everyone is one at a time.
Lowest game thus far.
I don't think we
159 for the Atom Splitters.
Yeah, forget about that, yeah.
One game complete. High Rollers hope one game still to come here in Portland, Maine. Vegas wins game 1, race to 2. Exciting bowling tonight from Portland. Underway, nothing like it. Bayside bowl, packed and rocking as always. A.J. Johnson is pumped. High Rollers win game 1, race to 2 here at the PBA League quarterfinals. 6 strikes, High Rollers, 4 opens for the Atom Splitters. Do them in game 1. Game 2 is coming up soon. Silver Lake features a very talented player that many of the tour just call Santu, not because they're all his best buddies, but because they simply can't pronounce his last name. It's Pressing Questions with Kimberly Pressler, presented by Go Bowling.
How do you pronounce Santu's last name?
Starts with a T. I know that.
Very good start.
Tovanini, I think.
Tanta Hyman? Yeah, that's about the best I got.
Tavanian.
Not even close.
No? All right.
One more time.
Uncultured American here, coming at you hot. You're welcome. Not trying again.
I would have assumed it's just Tahavinen. That's right. I said it right.
I'm not even going to give it a shot. Got no guesses.
I got a cheat sheet here for you.
Well, that is how you spell his name. I'm not even going to try. I've asked him too. I'm not even going to try. I can't.
I think I'm just going to call him like T9 because I think I know T and then there's 9 letters after it. Just T9.
Tavaniana. That's it for sure.
Stu, how do you pronounce Satu's last name?
Koivunyemi.
Satu, how do you pronounce your last name?
Tahvanainen. So it's easy if you split it in half like Tahvanainen.
Kyle, how do you pronounce Satu's last name?
Tahvanainen.
That was really good.
May have heard him say his name whenever I was walking by.
That's cheating.
He's got some sweet hair too. I'm definitely like probably the second best hair in bowling now. I'm telling you, if he grows a beard, Santu the Lion, Tahvanainen.
See, and now we're creating nicknames. It's perfect.
Kyle, great idea. That's Santu. One of the great young bowlers and quite a personality on the PBA Tour. Fun to watch and fun to hang out with too here in Portland, Maine.
All right.
Let's go down to the floor and talk to Coach Mark Baker. Mark, your team really struggled on that right lane. We know that's the trickiest of the two. What adjustments are you going to make here in game 2?
We're going to move over to lane 2. That's what we're doing. We're just getting off 3, and we're going to forget that ever happened. It's all you got to do is win one game to get to a roll-off. We plan on winning this game.
All right, thanks, Mark. Good luck.
All right, Big Sponge struggles there with 159 in game 1. Richie T, speaking of struggling, had a couple opens and moves over down to the left lane.
And, you know, manager Mark Baker and the rest of his team are really big on this guy, Richie Teese, and he failed to mark in game 1.
Let's see about game 2. That's crossing over, and the 3-pin stands. Luckily, no split this time for Richie.
They said he was a clutch guy, a real team guy, and they all said that he was awesome during the qualifier. Right now, tonight, Richie Teese really struggling.
Single pin, spare conversion to 3-pin got that, so he's got his first mark of the night. And maybe that sparks some confidence in the star from Great Britain. Let's find out. François Lavoie from Quebec, Canada. This guy, we know is clutch.
Yes, he is.
Major champion, 300 on TV, twice.
It's an extremely important shot because the rest of his team are going to gather intel based on what he does.
Right lane. Okay, that's how you do it.
He's going to go back and say, well, all right, guys, I stood here and I looked there. On the left lane, I stood here and looked there. This was the adjustment I made, and the rest of their players, except for Matt Russo, who's left-handed, they know exactly what they're going to do with their upcoming shots.
All the bowlers reminded us in our meetings today. And we see it right there on cue. Communication so important. Here's Santu. High shot, 3-6-10 down the line. A striker last year in his debut in PBA League. An absolutely sensational final a year ago. Dallas and Norm Duke in his final appearance as a bowler. He's now just a team captain, manager. Had a 2-0 lead on Portland. Lumberjacks storm back, won 3 straight best out of 5 to take the title.
Oh boy.
Open frame.
Oh boy.
Top of 90.
Could be a quick trip for Santu and the rest of the Silver Lake Adams splitters.
Ruiz.
Got a hook.
Trying for a big shot here, and that just missed the
goodness.
mark by a lot. Way light.
Again, we see that spot there where you get it that far to the right. There's just no friction.
1-2-4-6-10.
There's a couple ways to make this, but the more prudent way is to get the ball to this side of the head pin, drive it that way. You can, however, try to ricochet off of the head pin, the ball will deflect into the 610.
Ruiz with power, almost got all of them down with a 10-pin. Stands for an open frame. That's big for the Adams splitters.
I don't get it.
That's the better way to try to make that.
Right at it. 22 miles an hour, he was cranking that one. Here's Chris Fye. Keep in mind the Adams splitters have won this event 3 times. Not since 2018, but along with the Lumberjacks, lone 3-time champs of the Elias Cup. Looking for help on the 10-pin, and no.
That's all right. Run it down. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, Chris. Good job, man.
2023 to the 10th champion crown this fantastic event.
You know, last thing you want to do is let the team back in, and there's a real chance for the high rollers working on a strike there in the second frame for Ildemar Ruiz. And instead, he opens. PBA Tour average 95% on that 10-pin, and all those great numbers each and every week brought to you by our good friends at Lane Talk. Want to be a better bowler? Head on over to lanetalk.com.
Fantastic stats and analytics available at that website. Awesome stuff. Russo. Looks good, right lane, that lefty. That strike.
Remember the other day when we were talking about whether or not Jesper Svensson's urethane ball would affect Matt Russo? No, it didn't. Perfect ball reaction. Different ball for Doherty on this left lane, which is actually lane 2.
4-pin.
Yeah, Silver Lake just has not been able to get dialed in 14 frames.
5's not enough.
Doherty struck in the 4th frame, open in the 9th in his first 2 appearances, game 1 in the race to 2. Anyone's game here. Single pin spare conversion, no worries there for TD. Things very interesting really here. As up steps the focused AJ Johnson. AJ has talked to us a lot about sports psychology. He reads a lot of books on mental preparation. Big workout guy, big focus guy. Big strikeout. Got it.
Oh, yeah, we're here, baby. Let's go. Down the line, boys.
A beautiful shot there by A.J. Johnson. Boy,
I stayed exactly the same.
If winning doesn't cure everything, I don't know what does. And, you know, I remember way back when I won my first title and what it did for my confidence. And there's not a player out here that's not the same way. A.J. Johnson's now part of that same team.
Iceman steps up.
Oh, my goodness.
Somehow the 9-pin stands. I'm not sure how.
This is starting to look like it's not going to end well for the Atom Splitters.
Could be their third straight 9 spare here.
A perfect shot that doesn't strike for Jesper Svensson.
Okay, got the mark. That's the good news. The bad news, Andrew Anderson steps up.
Did you know that Jesper finished second at the Lucky Larson to A.J. Johnson?
Pretty cool. A.J. going a long way for that first career win. Former Player of the Year. Andrew Anderson from Holly, Michigan. Chance here to increase the lead to 24 pins. With a turkey. You bet.
Let's go.
Yep.
Big shot, big strike.
That soft hand and beautiful roll of Andrew Anderson was able to get that ball to read perfectly on that tricky right lane. They're working on 3 in a row, a 24-pin lead, and only need to win one more game to advance here at the Elias Cup in Portland, Maine.
We talked about it. Silver Lake Atom Splitters, 3-time Elias Cup champs. 2014 defeated LAX 4-2. MVP was, like Tommy Jones, a Hall of Famer, Chris Barnes. Brunswick Zone, Carolina, North Brunswick, New Jersey. Defeated LAX 5-1. MVP Dick Allen, Bayside Bowl, Portland, Maine in 2015. 2018 knocked off Philadelphia 2-0. MVP Chris Barnes. Swept the best of 2 Baker match format. Jesper Svensson and company. There's AJ. There's Bakes. TD.
A pretty stacked team.
Pretty stacked team. They've won it 3 times, tying Portland for the most. Tease, second half, game 2. Leadoff bowler here for the Atom Splitters. Gonna be a long road to try to tie up this game, force a roll-off, and get back to that championship caliber of years past.
As you mentioned, Barnes is no longer with this team. He's now with Dallas, the number 2 seed.
Playing for Norm Duke. A couple Hall of Famers.
Tease looking for his first strike of the night.
Richie Tease, there it is. Okay. That feels a lot better, doesn't it?
Oh, boy.
Living up to the high billing we heard about from Goldie and Art Baker today in our meeting.
Beauty here for Richie, and Richie's like, hey, finally.
That feels pretty good. Great reaction from our great crew. All right, Beauvoir. Not a great 2023. Top 5 Springfield Classic. Little loft here, right lane. Okay, trip 10-pin.
Yeah, you know it's a great shot when you're a right-hander and you snap the 10 out like that. And Francois put beautiful touch on that, and it's a 4-bagger for the high rollers.
Lead balloons down to 34, but the Atom Splitters are working on a strike and a chance to cut it to 24 pins here with Tahamanainen. Satu. No. 4-pin stands for Tahamanainen here left lane. And you can see the time slipping away here from the Atom Splitters out of the break.
Beautiful right here. Look at that cupped wrist, and that elbow ball's just right on his right hip. And now, obviously, he's got to straighten that out to get it to the foul line, to get it on the ground, and that's what creates all that power. And then the follow-through going left of the head.
Does have the mark. That's the good news for Silver Lake. The bad news, down by 34 pins. Ruiz steps up here. Chance for the nickel. 5-bagger. Expand the lead to 44 pins. tomorrow. You bet.
Relentless. They just won't let them back in. They won't take their feet off the gas pedal.
Way to commit to it.
And they're doing exactly what they want to do, and that's keep striking. The Atom Splitters did have 2 doubles, believe it or not, in game 1, but only managed 159. Game 2, no doubles, 1 strike. The High Rollers are working on 5 in a row.
Lowest score of the event, Randy, as you talked about. By left lane does have a strike for the Atom Splitters to try to keep it interesting at the end of game 2.
Come on, Russo, commit.
Russo and company look for the Pabst 6-pack. We've got the alert here, Randy. If he strikes here, he'll win $1,000 for his team, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Hub, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. Looking for half a dozen in a row. And basically put away the match. How about it? You better believe it. There's a grand 6-bagger, 54-pin lead in command in game 2.
There's a bucket of PBR.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. There you go.
54-pin lead going into the 9th frame, all but over. That lady's starting to sing. Look out. Game, set, match. The High Rollers absolutely demolish the Atom Splitters. Wasn't even a contest.
I wish him congrats.
One game, 1, 215, 159. Tom Doherty and company could never find a look they needed. Nice pair there. And it's not going to be enough. High Rollers are going to advance to the semifinals. Portland and Go Bowling Dallas await the winners. It'll be Vegas and Portland semifinal Tuesday tomorrow here on FS1 8 Eastern. That will be incredible. AJ Johnson, 2-8 Tumblewood.
Yeah, that's okay now.
Yeah, all smiles.
It's okay now.
Hey, I'm just trying to make you look better, bro.
2-8 here for AJ. We'll wrap up the 9th frame.
Jesper standing over there.
Off to the semis.
Jesper standing over there like, hey, hurry up. I want to get this over with.
Let's just finish this. Mathematically complete.
Man, I didn't see this coming. I mean, it was lopsided. Lopsided. You know, when we spoke to them earlier today, they said they were not afraid of that right lane. They said, yeah, whatever, man. Well, we know what we have to do, and we'll figure it out. Left lane, right lane, doesn't matter. And sure enough, in fact, they're going to have a higher game on this right lane than they did in game 1. 215 in game 1, they can shoot 246 if Andrew strikes out in the 10th frame.
Jesper will finish up here in the 10th frame to make this official. Hey, what are you going to do? Saturday on Fox. Corey Seager
Nice ball, buddy.
leads the Rangers against the Mariners. Each team battles for a spot in the postseason. For the Orioles continue their fight for the AL East crown as they take on the Red Sox. It all begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, Saturday on Fox. How about Baltimore playoffs this year after all the misery that franchise has been through? As long as most Oriole fans can remember, they are back.
Well, Jesper Svensson was hoping his stay would be longer. He went from Gothenburg, Sweden, to Copenhagen, Denmark, to Boston, to Portland, Maine. Long way to come to bowl 2 games.
Tough. Ender Anderson came from Michigan. Trip 10-pin there. He's glad to send Jesper back home to Sweden.
What can we do?
I thought Andrew was focused in our meeting today.
Moving on,
Ready
baby.
to compete. He said, you know what, I'm tired of Portland winning every year. We got to do something about that. We got to get ourselves to the semis and take them on. Well, here we go. How about tomorrow night?
Hey, let's get out of the floor and see if we can talk to Amleto Monticelli. Hey, Amleto Monticelli. Amleto, it's Randy up in the booth. Can you hear me, partner?
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
Go ahead, yes.
How would you describe the performance by your team, not on just the one lane, but on both lanes, especially what they did here on the tricky right lane?
Well, on the right lane, the backroom is a little tired. So the guys moved one ball right, and they were trying to actually look for less shape in the beginning, and it worked pretty good. In the middle, just threw it really bad. But the other guys just made a great shots, every shot.
Amleto, hey, thanks for your time, but listen, you're missing out on the free lobster rolls over there. You better get in there and dig it, get digging at it, bro. Thanks, Amleto, I appreciate your time. Congratulations, you're moving on.
Thank you, Randy, appreciate it.
I love the skeleton there. Hey, it's Halloween, and the local eatery, the High Roller, we all had amazing. I had that same sauce last night, Randy. An incredible lobster roll for High Roller. Thanks to you guys.
We were there last night.
It was
absolutely phenomenal food.
I had a mug of lobster bisque. It was awesome. Kingpins, led by Carolyn Dora-Bauer, their team manager, head-to-head with the Waco Wonders. And Ryan Simonelli, who was electrifying last night. More bowling on the way. '23 PBA League Last Cup playoff presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Rolls on tomorrow here on FS1 8 Eastern. Semifinals Wednesday live on FS1 8 Eastern. With the finals, yes, Tim Mack, the team captain. Wes Millant, who has been MVP of this event multiple times, trying for a four-peat. That's right, a four-peat of the Elias Cup after the amazing comeback win here last year, down 2-0 in the finals, and the best of 5 to the Dallas Strikers. Already tonight, High Roller is a bit of a shocker as they take down the Atom Splitters, 3-time champs in this event. 2-0 in the race to 2. Made it look pretty easy, I thought, Randy. Great crowd back here. Dave, Randy, rejoined by Kimberly in a moment. Were you surprised with the High Rollers win?
No. I'm just surprised the way it went down. I mean, it was a slaughter. It wasn't even close. I mean, the High Rollers figured out both lanes. They were able to strike on both lanes. They were able to overcome open frames. And the Atom Splitters, they didn't even double in the last game. So, yeah, I mean, well, if you can count Jesper's 3-bagger in the 10th frame when it was all over, but I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that lopsided of a win coming, no.
The right lane, left lane. It was a big strategy going in. Looks like the Atom Splitters had some trouble there.
Well, they started on that lane. I mean, the High Rollers, they made both lanes look just fine. And that's what they said to us in our pregame meetings. They said, hey, we're not afraid of the right lane. We'll figure it out. And they did. They made some good shots when they needed to. I mean, they strung 6 in a row. They did everything right. They took advantage of the opportunities that were given to them, and they slaughtered the Atom Splitters. I'm really surprised. You got Mark Baker as your manager. He's arguably the best coach in the world, and this happens.
Snickers Waco Wonders, led by Ryan Simonelli, who's incredible last night. Crowd is incredible as always. Take on the Kingpins next year in the quarterfinals. Let's meet the Waco team. Hall of Fame veteran Parker Bone III is the leader of the newest team in the PBA League, the Waco Wonders. Returning this year to once again join Parker are league veterans like Jason Sterner and VJ Moore.
Let's meet the Snickers Waco Wonders. Leading off, Jason Sterner. Bowling second, Frank Snodgrass. The man in the middle is B.J. Moore. Bowling 4 and 9, Parker Bone III. The anchor is the Ryan Express, Ryan Simonelli. The Waco Wonders are managed by PBA Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia. Here come the New York City Kingpins.
They were the team to win the first ever Elias Cup championship. And today, a new generation of New York City Kingpins will try to do it again. Leading the charge are Marshall Kent, Packy Hanrahan, and Kyle Sherman.
Leading off for the New York City Kingpins, Darren Tang. Bowling second, Michael Tang. The man in the middle, Kyle Sherman.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Bowling 4 and 9, Marshall Kent. The anchor, Packy Hanrahan. The New York City Kingpins are managed by PWBA Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran Ballard.
Go get him, Johnny.
New York City Kingpins, Snickers, Waco Wonders. Coming up from here in Portland, Maine, race to 2 quarterfinal action continues. And when we come back, Ryan Simonelli, the big story from last night, meets with Kimberly. High rollers have advanced already to the semifinals tomorrow night, 8 Eastern here on FS1 Bayside Bowl, Portland, Maine.
Who are they taking on tomorrow?
Portland.
They're taking on Portland?
Defending champion Portland.
No, they're the champs.
The champs. NFL coming your way. Huge doubleheader on Fox, starting with the Commanders taking on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. The other regional action. Then America's Game of the Week. The Patriots battle Dak Prescott, and the Cowboys or Cardinals, Niners, all on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
I'll tell you what, some crazy football. Crazy football yesterday.
Dolphins,
70
points on Denver.
The Cowboys losing to the Cardinals? Wow. I don't know.
Well, yesterday in stepladder play, 7-seeded Snickers Waco Wonders, led by lefty Ryan Simonelli, moved on to tonight's quarterfinal round in thrilling fashion. First, he dispatched his former team, the PBR Milwaukee Pounders, and the Motown Muscle down to the 10th frame, head-to-head against E.J. Tackett. He won it. Kimberly joined by Ryan.
All right, thank you. So Ryan, last night we just watched some footage from last night, and you made it very vocal that that match against your former team was personal. But now that you have advanced, what's the message you want to send to the other teams?
Yeah, you know, we thrive off the chemistry, and this team has that too. So, frankly, we're just going to have to outbowl them. That's all it's going to come down to.
All right, well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
KP, thanks so much. Ryan Simonelli is ready to roll again. E.J. Tackett left a 4-pin last night. The Snickers Waco Wonders moved on thanks to Simonelli's excellence in the anchor spot. Hall of Fame manager Johnny Petraglia.
Come on. Let's go. Get it. Good.
And here's his lineup. Baker format bowling in the race to 2. Sterner, Snodgrass, B.J. Moore, Pennsylvania. PB3, Hall of Fame legend. And there's Ryan Simonelli in the anchor spot. This is going to be fun to watch. Can Simonelli repeat the feat of excellence last night? Packy Hanrahan hopes not. Tang squad. Darren and Michael back-to-back. Kyle Sherman, YouTube star. Marshall Kent, maybe physically the most talented bowler on tour. There's the sensational lefty. First 2 career wins this year for Packy Hanrahan. the two-hander.
Breakout year for Packy. Phenomenal year for Packy. #1 pick in the draft was Packy Hanrahan.
The former Portland Lumberjack won it all last year. You can protect 2 players in the draft each year. Packy not protected, and away he went immediately. And now he hopes to eventually take on Portland for the championship. First, though, got to get by the Waco Wonders and Jason Sterner, who gets us started. Leaves a 7-pin to begin this quarterfinal.
And on a 1, Marty. Good shot. Shot, come on, run it down. Where's he at? Is he up top? Oh.
Yeah, actually 3 players were saved for NYC, and that was Marshall Kent, Kyle Sherman,
3.
Darren Tang.
Excuse me, yep, 3.
And for Waco was Parker, BJ, and Jason Sterner. Now, here's the part 1 of the Tang brothers. The higher seed, they choose to start on the left lane, finish on the right. Or excuse me, just the opposite. Start on the right lane, finish on the left.
Part 1 of the Tang Gangs got a strike. Good start for Darren.
I can't see a hole. My team's too tall. I can't.
And Darren using urethane to start. He loves to throw urethane when he can, and he's real good at it.
Frank Snodgrass steps up. First shot of the night. Looks good. Ho! Just enough on the 10-pin. Timber.
Interesting pin action. Watch this. That 10-pin almost stood up.
A relief for Frank Snodgrass.
The other half of the Tang brothers, Michael. He too going with urethane. He too strikes.
Trip 10-pin. The brothers Tang look really good to get things started. Led by their Hall of Fame skipper Carolyn Doran Ballard. So Dell here tonight as well. Also in the Hall of Fame. Great to see Dell in action. Captain in this event this year.
One of my favorite games on tour right here, BJ Moore.
Great talent. BJ Moore gets started. Nice shot left lane. That looks good.
Let's go, boys. You see that?
That was punishing.
That was pretty, man. Ooh, she was nice.
Kyle Sherman going with urethane.
Right. Do you like these choices?
If they like it, I like it.
Two titles for this youngster. YouTube channel with Brad Miller. Getting lots of views, getting lots of subscribers on a regular basis. Here's PB3. In the intros, Randy.
Yeah.
Watch out. What? Oh.
Yeah.
Hit
Yeah.
somebody right in. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Caught somebody there.
Yep. Boy, has he had everybody fooled for so long. This guy's won the Steve Nagy Sportsmanship Award so many times, but hey, we know the real Parker. You just saw it.
Just kidding. One of the great guys in the sport. Look out. Almost a 7-10. Just a 10-pin for PB3, the Hall of Fame legend. I mean, he's got good aim. This guy wasn't ready to catch that pass.
Of course I was kidding. Parker's one of the best people you'll ever meet, just a pure gentleman, and avoids the disastrous 7-10 split right there, kicking the 7-out late. But that was funny, man. He was trying to frisbee that polishing pad into the stands and almost decapitated somebody.
I mean, it's light, right? It shouldn't hurt, but
no, you throw it hard enough, they can put an eye out.
Ultra talented from the Great Northwest, Marshall Kent.
No urethane for Marshall. Flat 10.
10-pin there.
Quitter 10.
Really bring it.
Soft 10.
Flat 10. Cross lane. 10-pin got there. And we welcome you to the Beer Frame, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ask for the original, and please drink responsibly. Up steps Ryan Simonelli.
After he throws his shot, I got to tell you something about Ryan.
Cross lane, not one but two messengers for the 7-pin.
You see that pin action right there? Did you know that he's throwing 14 pounds? How about that? That's how much power he's got. He can still make those pins dance like this with a 14-pounder. Remember O'Neal, Bill O'Neal, who couldn't be here due to a back injury. He went to 14 pounds, tried it for a bit, went back to 15. Tom Doherty and Ryan Simonelli, the two players throwing 14 pounds out here.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Disastrous hit there for Packy Hanrahan. He leaves a ton. 2, 4, 6, 7, 10 up still for the left-hander.
Well, believe it or not, it is makeable, but you got to somehow throw a hook to cover that back pin, and then the bowling ball, or excuse me, slide that 2 into the 6-10. The bowling ball will cover the 8-pin, but it's got to have some hook in the back part of the lane.
2, 4, 6, 7, 10. Lot to cover, 6-10 stand. An open frame for the Kingpins. Big break for the Wonders, who had that huge win last night, trying to keep it going.
Well, there goes the lead with just one shot right there in the 5th frame. The Kingpins were on top, not anymore.
Subscribe to the PBA YouTube channel for classic telecast, tournament highlights, and exclusive content. Go to PBA.com, click on the YouTube link, and subscribe to the biggest bowling channel on YouTube. Plenty of content coming from Portland, Maine. This tremendous event back at Bayside Bowl again, this time September. Beautiful time of the year to be up here in New England. Sterner and company, 8-pin lead. Midway through game 1, race to 2. Head-to-head with New York City. From upstate New York, Jason Stern. 4-pin.
A lot of urethane balls going down the lane here in our second match. There was no re-oil between the two matches, so the players are all playing on the transition left by our earlier matchup with Silver Lake.
Good shot, Jay.
And Las Vegas.
That was good.
4-pin. No worries there for Sterner. And back to Darren Tang. There's one title to his credit so far, 7th-year pro. Brother Michael still in search of his first PBA Tour title. Here's Darren. Good shot. 10-pin.
Great shot, Dave. Great shot.
It was. And again, don't forget to not take into account the time in between shots for these players. You know, there's 10 frames, but 4 of the 5 players are only throwing 2 shots each game. The anchor bowler gets to throw more, but only if that anchor bowler marks in the 10th frame. So it's hard to build a rhythm.
Mom Tracy is here. Darren and Michael's mom got the good outfit going. Statue of Liberty. That's awesome.
She's got the torch too. Tracy,
we're getting close to Halloween.
Tracy is rocking it.
Got a hot dog back there, banana, great outfits. Generally each night at Bayside, different themed costumes. This place is amazing.
You know, to me, Snodgrass is the X factor for this team, right? He struggled in qualifying. We saw him miss a 4-pin last night. But if he can keep it together and just stay out of trouble, this team has what no other team in this competition has, and that's that two-handed left-handers backing them up at 4th and 5th position, and Parker Bone the 3rd and Ryan Simonelli. Not any other team is closing with 2 lefties.
So it's up to Snodgrass to set them up. Third position. Whoa, on cue. Unfortunately, he whiffs the 10-pin. And an open flame. That's a tough miss for the Waco Wonders. See if Michael Tang and New York City can take advantage. It was a perfect setup from Randy Pedersen. On QRP. All right, this is what you do if New York City take advantage. And chip 10-pin late for Michael. Crowd is jacked up as always. BJ Moore from just outside Pittsburgh runs a family restaurant. Told us pre-show there's a renovation going on there. Things looking really good. Nice shot. Beautiful fundamental game for BJ.
Come on, let's go.
Look at those numbers up top, folks, right here.
Let's go.
Effortless power, BJ Moore. Beautiful game.
Fourth strike of the opening game here for the Waco team. Kyle Sherman. Speaking of talent, future of the tour right here. Sherman.
Oh.
4-pin.
Well, I bet you anything he'd like that one back. Working on a strike, really put the hammer on him. Instead now, Waco can strike out and snap game one off because their max score is 227 with a spare here. The Kingpins' max score is 221.
High rollers got by the Atom Splitters 2-0 in the first match to advance to the semifinals. This is a race to 2.
Oh no.
Watch, he knew as soon as he released that Kyle Sherman missed that. Four-pin. That is a shocker.
That's a giveaway. And again, it just goes back to what I said earlier about how hard it is to get any kind of rhythm. And it doesn't matter if it's strikes or spares. You wait so long in between shots, and then you get up and you just get a little bit off beat, and there's the whiff.
Hall of Famer, PBA Standard Tour, PBA 50 Tour as well. Just a legend. Parker Ball the third.
Doesn't do it. Wow. Now look back at that 4-pin that Kyle Sherman just missed there in the 8th frame. Now their max score, the Kingpins 209. If Parker converts here, their max score 207.
359, tough conversion here for PB3.
Not easy. He's going to throw it straight.
Right at it. Got it.
Yeah, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
It is the Spare the Game Randy, sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Want to get moving fast with same-day mortgage? You can go from application to approval in as little as 1 business day. Time to get your dream loan crazy fast. Learn more at rate.com. Nicely covered by Parker.
Boy, did this get interesting in a hurry.
Up steps Marshall Kent.
No way.
Avoids the double wood, just the 8-pin.
And their bottom half can't finish for NYC. It's just not what they need. A missed spare by Sherman, and now a 9 count by Marshall Kent, and they're in jeopardy of losing game 1.
Has the 9-pin, has the spare, keeps things really interesting in game 1 in the race to 2.
Guess what? You know who's up for Waco Wonders? That guy. Guess what? If he doubles, game 1 goes to his team.
He's been the Terminator so far. The Ryan Express, 60 feet to success for Simonelli again. And looking for the KO right here. A strike and 3 will wrap up game 1 of the race to 2.
Over the years, he's been really, really good in this building. Chip, and really, really good in this team environment.
Chip on his shoulder as well.
At least here in Portland, Maine, they can't yell at us for hearing us because there's no way we can talk above the crowd.
Raucous environment. I love coming here. Looking to put it away. Simonelli. Oh! 7 pin somehow stands.
Flat 7 with the 14-pounder. And now it'll be up to Packy Hanrahan. If Ryan Simonelli converts the 7-pin, Packy will need a double and 9.
Same thing you did, off the lane like that.
Double 9 to take game 1.
Takes care of that 7-pin, so does get the mark. But here comes Big Packy.
Remember last time he was up, he got 4 on his first ball. It's what you live for. It's one thing when you're trying to do it by yourself. You got others relying on you.
The first one doesn't get it.
Over.
And the Wonder is going to take game 1. Race to 2. Leads the 3-9. Packy did not have a look on the right lane. They will switch lanes for game 2. Generally the higher scoring left lane in action here so far tonight.
How big is that missed 4-pin in the 8th frame now?
Huh? You hanging in like that? That's right. Yeah, I almost went down the lane on the spur.
Wonder is halfway home.
Parker gets up and converts the bucket without the 6-pin, like it was nothing, like he's shooting a 5-pin. And Kyle Sherman missed a single-pin spare. Frank Snodgrass missed a single-pin spare. Missed a single-pin spare last night. And somehow Waco still pulls it off.
I mean, I'm all for that.
Snickers Waco Wanderers 7th seed entering the seeding round here last night. Beat the Pounders, beat the Muscle to make the show here tonight in the quarters. And they are halfway to making the semifinals, but still got to win game 2.
Man, what Packy wouldn't give for a mulligan right about now.
1 game complete, at least 1 to go in the race to 2 in the quarterfinals. The finisher at this event so far, Ryan Simonelli. Now that's a stare down. Welcome back. Packed house as always, PBA League. Presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon here on FS1. Big change for CDB, Carolyn Doran Ballard, and the New York City Kingpins, Randy, in game 2.
Yeah, check out that big line of change. A lot of shuffling. Packy Hanrahan no longer the anchor. That goes to Michael Tang. Let's go down to the manager, Carolyn Doran Ballard. And Carolyn, big lineup change for you guys heading into game 2. What's going on?
Well, I really don't feel like we should have lost that first game. Talked to the couple of the guys, and they felt like they just didn't have the look they thought they had when we started. So we decided to shake things up a little bit. We're going to go with the guys that have the best look to the pocket. So right now that's Marshall, Darren, and Michael at the bottom, and we switched up Kyle and Packy up to the front of the lineup, and everybody's good with it, so we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, and they're good with it because you're the Honey Badger, and they don't poke the Honey Badger, do they?
We don't poke the Honey Badger.
Exactly.
No.
All right, best of luck here in game 2, Carolyn.
Thank you, Carolyn, Hall of Famer. Part of an incredible bowling family. Daughter Alyssa here, member of the Vanderbilt NCAA National Championship team as a freshman, continuing the amazing Ballard family name in the sport of bowling. All right, let's see how that lineup change works out here for the Kingpins.
Staying with urethane is Kyle Sherman, trying to redeem himself from that whip single pin spare. And, whoa, that looked like it was a little inside of target, and it laid there. It laid there like a baby taking a nap. Now, what type of problems, if any, will the right lane pose for the Waco Wonders?
All right, great start for New York City. Let's see if Sterner and the Wonders, led by Johnny P. Fair as well in the right lane. Lower scoring. Urethane ball. The bucket.
Yeah, that looked like a sled going downhill on a snowbank. I'll tell you one thing, though. Jason Sterner really turned his career around a couple of years ago, and he's a real factor on the PBA Tour these days. 73.9% the bucket is converted on the PBA Tour. You know how I know that?
How?
Because our friends at Lane Talk.
Amazing.
They told me.
For more, go to
lanetalk.com.
Here's the bucket. There's the spare. Nicely done by Sterner.
Yeah, it's a good cover. You know, and in the first frame, it still looks like, even though it's 6 spare, it's the same as 9 spare.
All right, big lineup adjustment from CDB. Let's see how Packy, who struggled a moment ago in the anchor spot, does in the 2-hole now. Looks pretty good, but the 6-pin stands from the 2-handed lefty.
And I think also an interesting note, Dave, is that, you know, Packy was the anchor bowler in game 1, and that's a big responsibility, right? I mean, he's moved to the 2nd spot. That's got to feel like a demotion. How does Packy handle it? Now, I say he handles it like a true professional, but you could see how someone might get a little peeved at that.
Understandable. 2-time PBA and last Cup
That
champ with
wasn't
Portland, including last year.
Sometimes the money ones, they're too money.
But, you know, he's a great guy. Understands it's win or else here as Snodgrass steps up. 2 regional titles on his resume so far. Waco. That looked a lot better for him. Challenging right lane. Crunches the 1-3 pocket. Those pins had no chance.
That's commitment. Yeah, man.
Picture perfect. Marshall Kent.
Oh, my
Really
goodness.
high, almost the big 4. Tough 6-7 split.
Marshall, the only player on that team that's not using urethane, and he's trying to keep the ball on line and play a similar line as his teammates by throwing it really hard with the reactive resin. And that time he pays for it.
It's a big miss there, open for him, 7-pin stands, and the match changes just like that. DJ Moore and the Waco Wonders up by 13 pins, chance for a 23-pin lead here, work on a strike into the 3rd frame.
Statement shot right here by DJ Moore. Oh my goodness. And he got it back from that spot right there.
Come on, let's go. I'm gonna watch that all day. Hey, that's your turn now. Come on, let's keep it going.
Thing of beauty, RP.
Yes, it was. Uses that great hand and all that power to make it come around the corner.
So Darren Tang now in the 4th position for New York City. Looking good.
Darren Tang, perfect tonight thus far.
Parker Bone III thrilled this crowd a couple years ago. The King of the Lanes, remarkable, had 2 extraordinary nights where this sold-out crowd was rocking.
Beautiful shot there by the Hall of Famer. Now, I said Darren Tang was perfect tonight. I got half of that right. One of the Tangs is perfect tonight. It's actually Michael if he strikes in the next ball. But this man here has been doing that for a long time. You know, the first time I bowled Parker Bone III on television, 1989.
And it's still going. Here's Michael, 10-pin.
They're in trouble. They're in trouble now. We're halfway through game 2. It's a must-win for them, and they're already down 33. Big, big trouble. And Simonelli's getting ready to throw a blaster down there to try to send a 4-bagger to NYC's way.
Co-owner of TV Bowling Supply with Chris Vai in the Columbus, Ohio area, Michael Tang.
Look out.
Oh, gracious.
Unbelievable.
A missed 10-pin for the new New York City Kingpin anchor bowler. And the lead on the bench here, if you will, all the way up to 45. Now Simonelli trying to make it 55. That's what you do if you want to win the Elias Cup. Ice in the veins of Ryan Simonelli. And look at this lead halfway home of game 2.
Come on! You want to loosen up an arm swing? Give a guy that's already got a chip on his shoulder a reason to throw more strikes at you. Give him an open frame and let him work on 3 in a row. It's 4-bagger time for the Waco Wonders here in Portland.
The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Want to move fast? With same-day mortgage, you can go from application to approval in as fast as 1 day to get you closing on the home of your dreams in just 10 days. Learn more at rate.com. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to gobowling.com to find a center near you. Gorgeous Casco Bay, Old Port area, the waterfront here in Portland, Maine. Fantastic fishing, fantastic boating, fantastic food. The best. PBA League presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon rolls on the last Cup playoffs. There's the schedule. Tomorrow semifinal, Tuesday and Wednesday wrap it up. 8 Eastern each night here on FS1. Also streaming on the Fox Sports app. Will determine a champion. Wednesday, Portland tries for a 4th straight. The all-time record for Elias Cup titles. Right now, the Kingpins in a world of trouble, down by 55 pins. Game 2, race to 2. Midway point, here comes Sherman. Open frame last time for Kyle. No room for error now. Ring at 10-pin. It's not their night.
On one.
You ain't going to get back in the game without striking, and these players know that. And this is, again, a beating. Game 1 was so great and came down to the 10th frame, but this is just a beatdown. You know, you question the lineup change. You know, when you look at game 1, Darren Tang, Michael Tang, Kyle Sherman all struck to start that game. Marshall Kent didn't strike the whole game. Packy didn't strike till his fill shot. So what does she do? She flips the order. She puts the Tang brothers down at the bottom.
Wonders look for the nickel. 5 in a row. Another one. This from Sterner. 65-pin lead. They can do no wrong.
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Dandy Randy.
All looking for right there.
Not Dandy. Is that fair? It is Monday night.
Just showing respects to.
It is Monday night.
Mr. Meredith.
Exactly.
Beautiful shot by Jason Stern. He knew exactly what that lane was going to give him with the urethane ball. He tightened it up, just piped it to the pocket.
6-pin for Packy.
Damn.
And the hole deepens for New York City.
No, that hole's a crater.
Is it a crevasse now?
It's a crater.
It's huge.
On the bright side, we have a 6-pack alert coming up for the Waco Wonders.
6-pin single pair spin, single pin spare conversion. I'll get that right. Looking now for 6 in a row. The Pabst 6-pack alert. Mr. Snodgrass strikes here. He'll win $1,000 for his team, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. How about half a dozen? 4-pin. So the answer is no.
All right, buddy. Good shot. Good shot.
All right. Run it down. Let's go. We're all about to drink. Stop swinging. Let's go.
Wanted 6 in a row. Wanted $1,000 for the Pabst Blue six-pack, but still a 65-pin lead. You see the PBA Tour average to convert this spare. It's like a free throw, a layup for a basketball player. Pretty easy. He's got it.
You want to shoot it again? No. Okay. I wanted to destroy it.
First game 187, 197 score. Going to the Wonders, as Randy talked about, a close match that went down to the last frame. This one, it's been tough.
Oh, I couldn't throw that any
Marshall's
better.
getting a couple of warm hugs.
Oh, man. I couldn't throw that any better.
Some consolation from teammates. There's a 10-pin, there's a spare. DJ Moore's not smiling. He is completely locked in here.
Look at that wiggle. That's the right lane wiggle. Doesn't matter now, but I'm just pointing it out. I mean, it's what we've been talking about for 2 nights now on that right lane. You know, if BJ Moore can't get his ball back from that spot, there's not a whole lot of other guys that can, except maybe the two-handers.
2-8 double wood for BJ. Some loft at this one and covers nicely.
All right. That was less exciting. Sorry. We got to give my man a night off.
Game 1, a great match. Headlined by missed spares, and it came down to the wire. Game 2, a slaughter.
3-time All-American, San Jose State, Darren Tang. That was a good shot. 13 career PBA regional titles. Has one this year.
You know, NYC got to choose their starting lane. They chose the right lane to finish on the left lane. They're not going to shoot 200 on the left lane.
3rd seed through the seeding round here earlier in the competition. PB3 steps up, and this one's over.
And then there's the ageless one. This guy.
Parker Ball III and the Snickers Waco Wonders advance to the semifinals. This one is in the books.
CDB.
The satisfying moment of the match, sponsored by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers. Wrap-up time for PB3 and company. It's always great to watch Parker on TV, so at least one more night, right?
I mean, you never know when you're going to get another opportunity to watch one of the greatest that's ever lived. And, you know, we went through that last year with Norm Duke, and, you know, Parker, fortunately for us fans, and you and I, our crew, you know, we're getting another shot at Parker.
High flush.
And who will they take on? Bud, the Dallas Strikers, whose captain and manager is Norm Duke himself.
You're just trying to tell me how to dance.
I think that's Parker's daughter. I think that's Sydney.
Also a great bowler. What a family.
And his kids.
Incredible.
Not to mention his wife was a collegiate bowler.
Leslie was great. Michael.
Leslie bowled on tour for a bit. I mean, this is bowling pedigree, right?
Bowling royalty.
Yeah, that's the one.
No doubt.
Wow, Simonelli getting back from anywhere on this pattern.
That's all I got.
And you know, of all the players that we've seen thus far, I think it's fair to say that Simonelli's ball reaction has been the most consistent, along with Parker. Now, Parker doesn't have near as much motion. He's going much straighter, which will lead you to say, well, yeah, his ball reaction looks pretty good. I mean, this guy can get it up the lane. He can get it wide.
2 one-handed lefties. Bowling for Johnny Petraglia. A lot of left-handed influence.
By the way, you know Johnny's left-handed, too.
Right, so I said that.
Well, I kind of figured that. Yeah.
Take on the Strikers tomorrow. Finalists here last year in that thrilling best of 5. Can't wait to watch that one. Simonelli against Dallas. What do you think tomorrow?
I don't want to give you my opinion on that yet. You'll have to wait until tomorrow.
We'll wait till tomorrow, 8 Eastern here at FS1. This one's over. All smiles for the Lion Express and the Waco Wonders. They're through to the semis. All Texas semifinal. Strikers, the Wonders, thrilling Lumberjacks, High Rollers as well. Can't wait for tomorrow night here on FS1, 8 Eastern. Coming up next, Major League Baseball action. Padres face the Giants. It all starts next with the MLB on FS1 pregame show. Now for Randy Pedersen, the Hall of Famer. And Kimberly Pressler, it's Dave Ryan, saying so long for the entire crew from Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. You've been watching the PBA on FS1. What a night. Quarterfinal Monday. 2 great teams advance to the semis. We'll see you tomorrow night from Portland.